Hey everyone. If these stories about quiet strength and real consequences hit you, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss one. Let's dive in. I didn't hear the knock at first. I felt it. A kind of weight in the hallway, like the house took a breath and held it. It was well past midnight. The deep quiet that forces you to hear your own heartbeat. When I opened the door, she stood there barefoot, hair down, eyes clear and determined. My wife's sister, beautiful in that raw, no-nonsense way that has nothing to do with looks and everything to do with truth. She didn't wait for an invitation. She didn't need one. "Your wife is seeing my husband," she said. "No build-up? No, sorry. And I have a plan. Are you in?" The line had already been crossed before I even stepped aside. I smiled. Of course I'm in. After that, the house felt off. Like the furniture had moved when I wasn't looking. The walls seemed to listen. The shadows kept track. I moved through the rooms with sharper senses. Every laugh, every touch, every word my wife gave me now felt delayed, practiced, borrowed. We'd been married 8 years, anniversary in 3 days. Reservations booked, gifts wrapped, photos lined up for social media. A picture-perfect life. People envied our steady calm. They mistook my quiet for weakness. They mistook her confidence for truth. The next night at dinner, she talked about work. I watched her lips shape words that no longer felt like mine. I noticed how often her phone went face down, how she jumped when it buzzed, how her sister's name stayed unread. Across town, her sister sat with the same facts. We didn't message much. We didn't have to. We were already linked by the same betrayal. Public disrespect doesn't always shout. Sometimes it smiles and waits for an audience. The audience showed up on our anniversary. The restaurant was sleek glass and warm gold. Candlelight, piano notes drifting like soft regrets. Friends crowded the table, clinking glasses, toasting our endurance. Someone joked about how lucky I was. My wife squeezed my hand under the table, just long enough for everyone to notice. Then her phone glowed. A name I knew. A name that didn't belong there. She read it, smiled, the tiniest smile. The kind that thinks it's hidden. 5 minutes later, her sister's husband walked in alone. Late. He scanned the room, saw her, saw me, paused, then sat at the bar like he fit anywhere else. That was the moment. The room didn't feel it, but something between my wife and me died quietly. Not love, respect, trust, the part of me that would shield her image at the cost of my own self-respect. I raised my glass, toasted her, voice even, smile steady. Applause followed. The piano swelled. The betrayals sat there with us, sharing bread. Inside, I folded away the last bit of softness into something harder. I don't blow up. I don't yell. I don't ask for explanations that insult my intelligence. I pull back. Silence isn't empty. It's groundwork. I stopped sharing details, stopped covering gaps. I listened more than I spoke. I tracked patterns, times, places, lies that didn't match earlier ones. I gave her more space than she expected. Space is risky when you're already sloppy. Her sister and I met twice. Once in a parked car, once in a quiet office from a friend who owed me. We compared notes without feeling. Dates lined up. Messages matched. The truth drew a straight line through both marriages. We didn't plot revenge out of anger. We planned consequences out of self-respect. I handled the structure, the money, the schedule, the public story. She handled the timing, the weak spots, the reveal. We didn't touch their affair. We touched everything holding it up. First, I shifted money legally, quietly. Accounts I managed by agreement. Investments she never questioned because I'd never let her down. I left enough to seem normal. I took enough to make breathing tight. Second, I adjusted plans. Trips delayed. Work, emergencies. I made sure their overlap vanished. Distance kills secrets. Third, I made calls, not accusations, just questions framed as concern. Her sister did the same. Employers hate mess, boards hate whispers, friends hate being played. The panic started small. Irritation, then confusion, then late-night fights they thought were private. My wife asked one evening if something was wrong. I kissed her forehead, said I was tired. Tired is easy to believe. Tired buys time. Her sister's husband started drinking more, posting too much, smiling less. He texted my wife more desperately. She replied more carelessly. Panic speeds up mistakes. On the morning of our rescheduled anniversary dinner, I finished the paperwork. Clean, sharp, final. I sent one email. Subject, confirmation. The talk didn't happen at home. I wanted witnesses again. Fairness matters. We met at the same restaurant, same table, no friends this time, just the four of us. Her sister arrived first, calm, dressed like someone who'd already mourned. My wife came late, charm masking defensiveness. Her husband followed, pale, apologies already rehearsed in his head. I didn't wait for menus. I set my phone on the table and hit play. Voices filled the room. Familiar ones, intimate ones. Not graphic, worse. Casual, confident, planning getaways, mocking spouses by name. Silence hit hard. My wife reached for my hand. I pulled away. Her sister spoke once. We know. Tears came, excuses, the usual script. They tried apologizing to the wrong people. They tried explaining feelings like feelings excuse stealing. I listened. Calm, steady. When they ran out, I slid the documents forward. Separation papers, financial details, consequences already in motion. Accounts locked, access cut, networks notified. Not revenge. Reality. My wife's face fell into something I didn't recognize. You planned this? Yes, I said, after you did. Her husband stood too fast. A chair scraped. Fear gets loud when it knows it's too late. The manager came over. I paid. I always pay. Afterward, no yelling, no big scenes, just arrangements. My wife moved out that week. Her sister filed the same day. The affair couldn't survive the light. Affairs rarely do. They need cover. We took it away. People asked questions. We gave none. Silence again. Controlled, dignified, powerful. Weeks turned to months. I rebuilt routines, slept deeper, ate slower, thought clearer. Power came back quietly. One night my ex-wife called, crying, apologizing, asking if we could talk. I listened. Then I said the only thing that mattered. You didn't lose me when you cheated. You lost me when you thought I wouldn't do anything about it. I ended the call. This is my truth. I didn't ruin anyone. I stepped out of their lies. I let gravity handle the rest. Respect isn't asked for. It's earned through consequences. They underestimated my silence. I reclaimed it, and everything it carried.